Stalkers must have loved that one. If I knew that, I wouldn't be looking for it. And I don't know what these hand gestures are doing. Someone who eats toenails. These are the banana slices. Good morning on this beautiful Saturday morning where it's currently 50 degrees at 10:15 a.m. There's Bolt and there's Bailey. I think there's Bailey, I can't really see her. So I'm getting a bit of a late start this morning because I had to finish a video that's been sent out to my newsletter subscribers but hasn't been posted publicly yet. Once that's done, I'm usually free for the rest of the day, so I figure this is a good day to vlog. Hopefully today I'm going to have a taste test for you. JC Klein found something the other day that looked pretty good to me, so if I can get her to join me, we'll try it out here on camera. It looks pretty good. And if it doesn't happen, you'll never see this. So the other day I was looking for something and I was glad to be alone. Because have you ever noticed when you're looking for something and someone else is there, it always becomes a bigger issue? It seems like the worst thing to do when you're looking for something is to ask anybody else if they've seen it, because they get totally defensive. Have you seen my pair of sunglasses? I didn't take them. I didn't use them. I'm like, I didn't say you took them. I didn't say you used them. I'm just asking if you've seen them. So once you've convinced them that you're not accusing them of taking your item, then they decide to start asking you the obvious questions. Well, where was the last time you saw it? When was the last time you used it? If I knew that, I wouldn't be looking for it. And then what happens is they'll join in looking for it with you, like as if you didn't ask them to do that. Like, I didn't ask you to help me. I've actually had people in the past start getting mad and frustrated because they can't find the item that I'm looking for. I'm like, I didn't even ask you to help. So whenever I lose something, I try to not say anything, but inevitably I get asked, you looking for something? I cringe. We had kind of a cold spell here. It was below freezing this morning, which is, considering how nice it's been lately, it's kind of unusual. But we also have an 80 in the forecast coming up, and it sounds glorious to me. That's my kind of weather. But you know, the problem now there's like an asterisk. Whenever I see that in the forecast, I'm thinking, does that mean the mosquitoes are coming back? Because they were torturing me last year. I can't even enjoy the warm weather anymore. These mosquitoes are here. But look at this yard. I mean, if you ever wonder what my yard looked like with grass, this is pretty much it. I mean, look at this. There's no way I can make a dent in this by pulling these manually. I can't do it. I can't spray Roundup because I got dogs out here, so I'm kind of stuck with it. I mean, look at this. This is terrible. I gotta get a lawnmower and start mowing my weeds. That's rough. So I'll be posting my video publicly soon, and then I'm gonna try to enjoy my day. I'm not gonna try to do too much work today. I'm gonna try to take a walk. I'm gonna do my taste test. I'm gonna enjoy this day. You only have so many days out there you can enjoy. This is gonna be one of them, I hope. And I'll let you know how it goes when something else changes. So I'll see you then, whenever that might be. It's currently 2:15 p.m. and 55 degrees. You know, it's funny, when I was a kid, there used to be a number you could call. You get not only the time, but the temperature too. The temperature was kind of added later. That was kind of advanced. You get the time and temperature, that's high tech. Then in the 80s, they started introducing all kinds of things you could call. There was like dial a prayer. Of course, you get your horoscopes read for a fee. You could call for movie listings. The one that gets me, that just seems so foreign nowadays, is you can have the emergency brake. Those of you who are my age, you know the emergency brake. So what would happen is you're trying to get a hold of someone and the phone's busy, and it's busy for hours. So you call the operator and say, I need an emergency brake. And the operator would literally break into their phone call. And sometimes they come back and say, oh, the phone's off the hook, there's nobody there. Other times they come back and say, okay, they're off the phone now. It's hard to imagine that happening, but it did. You could have the operator break into someone's phone call if you want to get a hold of them. Stalkers must have loved that one. So most of my adult life around the holidays, I always gain maybe 10 pounds between Halloween and the end of the year. And most years, that weight would drop off before my birthday in May. Well, last year, it never dropped off. It just stayed there. And this year, I added another 10 to it. So I'm thinking either I'm just getting old, or I eat too much junk. Maybe my thyroid has been acting up because I got all those nodules on there. If I had to guess, I'd say it's all the above. So I'm going to have to make some changes to knock off 2 years of holiday snacking out of there. I mean, the food taste tests don't really help either, but I don't have to eat that much when I try things. Although sometimes I can't resist. But before I start cutting my calories and exercising more, I gotta go home and do a quick taste test. Let's do that now. It is time for a freaking 2 food review mini version in this vlog. Today I've got something that's been around for a while, but I've never tried it myself. That are the Reese's frozen fruit cups. These are the banana slices. Never tried these, never even heard about them. Apparently they've been around for a couple years, never heard about them. I think they were originally at Costco only, but I saw them at my local grocery store. $7.59 for an 8-ounce bag, which is kind of expensive. JC Klein was going to join me for this taste test, but she could not make it, so we're going to try another flavor on her channel at a later date. So it's just me and my holiday weight that I'm going to be adding to right now. Now I looked this up on Reddit. Some people said it's best right out of the freezer. Some people said you gotta let it sit for a little bit. I'll try both. Let's take one out of these out of here. The dogs, they caught wind of food. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It's thick, just like Bailey likes them. It's thick. Oh, Bolt's licking his chops. You can't have these. I'm sorry, you cannot have this. It's chocolate. Packaging says Reese's peanut butter covered bananas are the perfect combination of milk chocolate, creamy peanut butter, and sweet bananas, providing a delightful contrast of flavors and textures. Let's see how accurate that really is while these dogs are begging for it. First taste. It has a bit of the consistency when you bite into it of like an ice cream bar. That kind of like chocolate shell, soft interior. I get a lot of banana. I'm not getting much peanut butter, let's see. Now my first instinct reminds me of like the ice cream bars that I used to sell when I was a teenager in the mall. Vanilla ice cream dipped in chocolate. Kind of like Dairy Queen. Has that hard shell and the soft inside. Banana's prominent. Peanut butter's faint. The chocolate is more for texture than anything. Try one more of these. And then I'm gonna let these thaw out just a little bit and try another one. I'm gonna try a small one. The whole thing's going down the hatch. It's about 70% banana, 20% chocolate, and maybe 10% peanut butter on a good day. Anyways, let me sit here for a couple minutes, let these thaw out just a hair, and I'll try a third one and see if that's any better. I mean, they're good. Would I get them again? I don't know. They're not bad. Also, the banana, it doesn't really, I don't know if it's because of the freezing process or if they did something to it, but it doesn't have like that banana texture. It seems like the banana's been like ground up into mush and shoved in there. That could just be part of the freezing process, but I don't get that like banana texture. I get something else. What else do I get? I'm not sure what that is. Bailey's still down. She wants some. She wants some. So let me come back in a couple minutes after these thawed a little bit more, and I don't know what these hand gestures are doing. By the way, while I'm waiting, there's a guy online. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but he has the most exaggerated hand gestures I've ever seen, and I know mine are pretty bad too. Mine are minor league numbers compared to his. I followed his channel just because his hand gestures make me laugh, because they're so exaggerated. I don't know if it's on purpose. I thought it was pretty funny. But anyways, I'll come back in a couple minutes when they thaw it a bit, and then I'll try one more to see how it compares. It's been about 5 minutes. Let's try one more of these now. That's the texture. That's not really banana looking. Does that look like banana to you? How banana does that look to you? By the way, even though I let them thaw for like 5 minutes, they're still frozen. So I'm not sure how long to let them sit out. But I do like them. They're pretty good. I'd say I like them. I like them. They're pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you know throughout the day if I start craving these some more. Now that I know they're here and they're opened. But my initial reactions are pretty good. Very light in the peanut butter though. If you're expecting peanut butter, you might be disappointed. But I'm not disappointed. I kind of like them. 5 p.m. check-in, and it's currently 53 degrees, and I didn't even have to call a phone number to get that information. This is walk number 2 of my day. I gotta burn off a few of those calories from those frozen bananas and Reese's. Speaking of, after dinner I handed out those to the 2 other people in the house, and the consensus was they were good, maybe very good, but not quite to the great level. I had another one. I still think they're pretty good. Not sure if I'll buy them again, but I'll enjoy them while I eat them. Take that for whatever it's worth. Also, after dinner, we were watching My Strange Addiction show from TLC. I don't know how real that show is. Whether it's real or not is almost beside the point because there's so many disturbing things on there. There's a underwear sniffer, her dad's underwear only, someone who eats toenails, someone who eats 5 pounds of butter a week. Again, I don't even know if it's real, but it's definitely junk food television. I'm not even sure I really endorse it, but sometimes I watch it anyways. Is that worse than doom scrolling on social media? I'm not sure. It's pretty low brow. It's a little chilly out here, but it was a pretty good day today. You know, it really wasn't that hard of a work day. I only worked a couple hours in the morning. I had the rest of the day off. It actually felt like a weekend. I don't get that weekend feeling very often. I've been working mostly 7 days a week for 15 years or more. So to feel like a weekend, that was kind of nice. And you know what? I have tomorrow off too. Guess who gave me tomorrow off? I did. Maybe even Monday as well. But I was on YouTube earlier and I scrolled to the comment section of a random video and I saw the first comment was a kind of a nasty comment. This year will be 20 years ago I first signed up for YouTube. And I don't think in all that 20 years I've ever left a negative comment, except for maybe defending myself if someone attacked me. But I don't get why people leave negative comments. If you see a video you don't like, just move on. You can be constructive without being negative, but people don't seem to get that. There's also people out there that just enjoy getting a rise out of people. If you ever see a comment that infuriates you, that makes you angry, just remember there's a good chance the person on the other side of that comment is probably finding enjoyment out of you getting upset about it. Don't feed the trolls. That's my very generic and unoriginal advice for the day. Don't feed the trolls. So if a person's just trying to fight with you or they're just trying to get a rise out of you, if you don't respond at all, it takes all the oxygen out of their attempts at getting you upset. If someone else upsets you, they have control. So don't let other people control you by getting you upset. I'm not sure where I was going with any of that. I'm not sure why I was going where I did with that. That's the kind of stuff that just pops in my mind on the way back here to put my camera on. Oh, it is a clear night. I might have to time lapse that. It's a clear night. But I think that's about it for this video, for this vlog. It really wasn't a very eventful day, but it was a good day no matter what. And tomorrow, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.